Senator Hart, thank you for sparing the time to join us. Thank you.
Great pleasure.
Well, joining us now from Denver is Reed Galen, who was John McCain's deputy campaign manager until last summer. Do you share any of Senator Hart's analysis of what's gone wrong with the way that John McCain has handled his campaign, Mr. Galen?
Well, I think that these are very tough economic times for the country, obviously, and I think what you're seeing now in sort of an atmosphere of sort of anger towards the last few years of the president's term. What you saw is anger at the end of the 06 midterm elections is spilling over now. Then it was Iraq, now it's the economy. I think that the senator has run an unconventional campaign, to say the least. But to say with 2 weeks to go that he is out of this, I think is far too much to say at this point.
All right. What would you advise him to do in order to get back on terms?
Well, I think that what General Powell said yesterday morning on Meet the Press, and what Senator Hart just said about Senator Obama being a transformational figure, I think that that's probably true. I think what Senator McCain and Governor Palin need to ask is, what transformation is that exactly going to be? Is this going to be an American that most middle-class folks that live in the middle of this great country of ours here want the U.S. to become? I mean, I think the thing that Senator Obama and a lot of his folks that are now forgetting is that at its core, the United States is still a center-right country. And by all accounts, Senator Obama and his followers are planning to take the United States in a far lefterly course at this point.
But hasn't it shown up that all the original anxieties about Senator McCain, that he's too old, that he's too associated with the previous administration, all of those criticisms, which were predictable and predicted at the time, have turned out to be true?
Well, I mean, I think that, if you go all the way back to 2000, when the president and Senator McCain ran against each other in the primaries there, these are two gentlemen who share a great many things in common as far as their points of view, but also, the senator's always been perfectly willing to take stands on his own out of principle, both against his own party and against the conventional wisdom. And I think that's something that has always been refreshing to Americans. And I think as this election comes to a head, you will see that Americans are going to see that come out in him again. I think you're starting to see more of the happy warrior that people are looking for, that many people in the conservative punditocracy, if you can use that expression, have been waiting for a few months.
And you honestly think that in 2 weeks' time, we could be looking at President McCain?
Well, you know what? I think the beauty of American elections, and let me tell you something, this election cycle is that, Senator McCain, his campaign, believe me, from personal experience, was left for dead last summer, and no one expected him to get this far. I mean, this is a man who knows how to win when the chips are on the table, and he won every single election he needed to win the Republican primary, and he has done everything he's needed to do to put himself in a position to win at this point. I think that, Republican voters always come out in great numbers and will come out in great numbers. And frankly, aside from Senator Obama's overwhelming financial advantage, he's relying on a lot of voters, specifically those between the ages of about 18 and 25, who, historically vote in terrible numbers. And that is sort of a dangerous thing to pin your hopes on from an electoral perspective.
Reed Galen, thanks for sparing the time to join us. Thank you. The government's going to press on with attempts to try to spend our way out of the looming recession. Problem: Britain's public finances have never been in a more debauched state. Borrowing between April and September alone this year outstripped the total for the whole of last year. Quite how Mr. Micawber would have explained to David Copperfield that not having money to pay your bills was actually nothing much to worry about is a question we can leave for novelists. Some economists, on the other hand, admittedly partisan ones,